I'll say when.
Just at that moment.
Is someone ringing you?
Twice.
Do they not
clearly
know?
really want me.
Do they
because
not
I've now
know?
red buttoned them twice.
Just as we're going to air.
I'm just going to send her a little message saying, on air. And then she'll know.
On that there broadcast.
Because otherwise I look really rude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, when you bash that reject button twice.
Twice.
That makes people go, oh. Have I upset them?
I know.
Yeah.
No, just busy. Good morning. How are you? Well, it's the joy of technology, isn't it? You know, we do everything on our phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Busy.
Are you all well? That is my question for you this morning. Are you ready for some peacocks?
Oh, we're always ready for some peacocks.
Gemalala, this is one of my favourite fabrics of all time.
It's stunning.
Yes, and yes. I heart it VV much.
Yes.
And so have you guys. I actually bought an extra bolt of every single peacock fabric above my normal order.
You did.
I did.
You did. You can never have too many peacocks.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Kirsty this morning on Facebook telling me that you've got to love a peacock.
Yep.
I do.
We do.
Gemma does.
We really do. We all do.
But in order to show off these beautiful birds to their fullest, I am going to require a big panelly bit.
Yes.
Yes. So luckily, our lovely Lisa Chandler. Good morning, Lisa. I was just having a little chat with her, actually.
Oh, were you?
Because our other option is Robert Kaufman. Kaufman.
Bit special.
I'm just going to say, even the rep can't make a mind up as to how to pronounce it.
No, she can't.
No.
This isn't just us being lax.
No.
Not on this particular occasion.
Lisa would know because she knows him.
Oh.
Used to work with him.
Well, then we need to ask her.
Yeah. Lisa, is it Kaufman or Kaufman?
We have had someone last time we were
What
on
do you
air
mean lax on this occasion?
I know. I loved how long it took you to get that one.
Rude.
Rude. We did have someone last time say it is Kaufman, but I think it was Silk Sparkly. But on what authority, I don't know. Whether it's just general knowledge of language or whether it was actually knowing
hang
that
on.
they're
Are you
Robert
questioning
Kaufman.
our beautiful viewers?
Yeah.
You are, aren't you?
No, but it might have just been that based on language, that's how it should be pronounced. Mm-hmm. Or it might have been they actually know actual real things.
Actual real person?
No. Who knows?
I don't know.
Never know.
I don't know.
Please
You know
tell
me in
us.
pronunciations. They always go horribly wrong. So today we are making the Southern Jewels quilt. It is a Lisa Chandler beauty. Jane should have been here, but she's off doing some sort of Commonwealthy thing, isn't she?
She's at the Commonwealth Games.
But what's she seeing?
I did say to swimming, I think.
Oh,
I
is
did
it?
say to her, you know, are you competing? And she said, no. She said, I'm going to watch the swimming. I said, the only way she'd win that is if there was like some fabulous long arm quilter at the other end. And they went, right, if you can win, you get that. She'd be in there and she'd be like a water wicket straight through.
Yeah.
Straight through.
Now, you see, my friend Dave wants to be a boinker.
A pardon?
A boinker.
A pardon? I don't know what one is. What's a boinker?
When they do the Paralympics, they have to have someone that boinks the blind swimmers on the head when they get close to the end so they don't swim into the wall.
That's amazing.
It's the things you don't think about, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he really wants to be a boinker.
Is it like a volunteer role to be a boinker?
I don't know what
you
if he
see, you could
boinked
be
at the wrong
making
time.
this up just to make fun of me. I believe you.
No, honestly, it's a thing. It's like Jane was saying that you wouldn't realise that the cameramen for the underwater stuff for the swimming obviously have to wear scuba gear.
Oh yeah, good point.
To check the cameras underneath.
I suppose I kind of thought they were fixed cameras in the thing.
Well, maybe they are, but someone's still got to check them out.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like when you go to the aquarium and you see the little divers having a little wash and tidy up in there. So today is also subscription day. So if you are one of our fabulous Plains subscribers, then this is the one that will be wending its way to you. And I'm going to do something to show you why we've chosen these fabrics today. Yes. Now, Gemma, let's explain the subscription process. Subscription software, I'm just going to do a bit of boring tech stuff here, is an absolute nightmare.
Oh, yes.
The end. That was
Vile.
the technical bit.
Vile.
Absolutely vile.
Expensive.
Expensive. Doesn't give it just nightmare.
It
Which is
makes
why
poor
we've
SJ
now...
tear her hair out.
Yes. And she's got lovely hair.
It's beautiful hair.
And so what we have discovered is that the best way to do it, so that people don't get charged twice and all the rigmarole that we had at the start, is to have one day a month where we can open up those subscriptions for people to join the subscription. Now, if you just want this as a one-off bundle, you can do that today. That's absolutely no problem. If you want this as a subscription, it happens tomorrow. It's always on the 4th of every month. But of course, it's the Thursday, and this is when we have a show.
So the nearest show we have.
So the nearest show is always going to be the subscription show. But in order, if you want to email us today, for us to email you and remind you tomorrow, like a reminder service, we'll do that.
Alternatively,
I say we.
When you're shopping for your half metre heavens at midnight, because
whack them in your basket.
Know a load you stay up. That's when the plain subscription product will go live.
And do I have some half metre heavens for you this week?
Oh,
crikey bobs, yes. Let's say hello to Mandy and Michelle and Marlene, all the M's this morning.
I love all that.
Yeah. And Vanessa,
who's alliteration, don't we?
Not an M. And Jenny, morning, lovely ladies. Morning, morning, morning. Elizabeth Krangle, good morning, lovely peeps. Good morning, Jan. Good morning, Vicky. Loving the look of this project. Vicky, this is a beginner's project. It has partial seams.
Yep, so an opportunity to develop a skill.
But it still is a straight stitch project.
Yeah.
Let's not get complicated about any of it. Morning, James. He's in Australia. Morning, Pam. Good morning, Alison. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, O and P Silver. Just call him Phil C. Phil C. Who's Phil C?
I don't know. I'm now trying to work that one out myself.
I don't know.
This is going to be some reference to something to do with the Commonwealth, and we don't know things.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm
because
terrible.
we were talking about Robert Kaufman. I don't think he'd like to be called Phil C. No. I mean, we could try. I don't think he'd
Kaufman's with a K. Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Absolutely.
Lo, you're going to have to explain. We're both a bit...
I know, we're not quite as quick-witted as you this morning.
But no one's home this morning.
Morning, Mary. Morning, Vicky. No, I'd just like to say to you, right, I have already had my big back for the day.
You have?
I know, because Gemma texted me and said, just to warn you in advance, the 80s power ballad is strong in me today. And Inga and I just looked at each other and went, oh, God, I have a back. Can't cope with this.
Just to share with everybody who might appreciate such things, I started my drive-in with I Want to Know What Love Is by Foreigner. Shrieking that really loudly.
She's been shrieking all morning. Morning, Ali. Morning, Evie. Morning, Leslie. She messed out on the cosy template. Leslie, we have got more stock of it on a bit of a delay. So Rachel at Creative Quiz actually dared to have a day off yesterday, but she did just message us and go, don't worry, I've got more stock.
As to how much more?
We're just assuming she has enough.
There is one bowl cosy left.
One bowl cosy left, Leslie, of the stock that we have requested. So if you want it, get it now. Yeah. Morning, Julia. Morning, Joe. Morning, Ginny. Oh, it's autumnal. What do you mean autumnal? It's August. This is the height of summer, surely, isn't it?
Who was this?
Ginny.
Oh, she's in Scotland now.
Well, no.
Perhaps it feels autumnal up
morning,
there today.
Diane.
We're not judging Ginny.
This is morning. Another brilliant day with you all. I can only apologise Jane's not here. It should be Itchy Stitchy Witchy Wednesday. But unfortunately...
Itchy Stitchy Witchy Wednesday. Why itchy?
Because Emily's had chicken pox.
Oh, yes, of course.
So everything's been itchy. Della, where are you in Cornwall?
Della?
Yeah.
Della is... Oh, do you know what? I'm not going to say. Let's let Della tell us where she is.
Della, you tell us.
This has been the source of great debate.
Is she going to be near me?
She is. Well, they always used to call her area when we were teaching as Newquay, and it used to drive her mad. She's absolutely nowhere near Newquay at all.
40 minutes
She's like
Newquay.
Column St Major, I think. Well, that's where the business was, but now she's got her home as well. We'll let her tell you. We'll let her tell you.
Liscard. Oh, well, that's easy then. Good job. That's not far from me.
She's got some requests for some pink fabric as well. You and me are going to have a little look later.
Oh, okay. All right. Have I got to take it down with me next time I go down? Morning, Ali F. She has lovely top, your top, Natasha. Also love the peacocks. Do you know what? Cheap and cheerful. That's what we like. Morning, Sue. Morning, Chris.
Is that your top
and
or
Kelly?
you?
Huh?
Is that your top or you?
Either. Morning, Yvonne from Melbourne.
You know what? You're not an expensive date.
Oh, Lo says, oops, Rob C.
Oh, got you.
Answering emails at the same time.
Rob K.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not an expensive date. Buy this girl a bacon and egg bap and she's happy.
I know.
Happy.
Do you know what?
Expensive date, are you?
I'm not expensive. I'm not high maintenance.
No.
And I do most things myself.
Yeah. Though cheap and cheerful works, actually.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, just cheerful most of the time. Morning, Colette. Oh, James says, I'm getting material to make an Art Deco Kaufman quilt. Squeal.
Oh.
Morning, Ali. Morning, Helen and Diane. The Robert Kaufman has passed. Oh. Joe and Ken are now running the RK company. Morning. Oh, well, in that case, he's not going to get upset how we say his name.
No.
No. Okay. But it'd still be nice to know.
Yes.
Lo says that she's off to the 80s Festival Rewind in Henley-on-Thames in 2 weeks' time. Oh, you are a rock chick. We love it. Oh, yeah, so Kirsty would like proper big hair and shoulder pads. Gemma is donning the big hair. I am donning the shoulder pads. Because as if with my big swimming shoulders, I needed any extra help. Poof!
Do you know, I nearly came in my black vest top, my black leggings, and my black leather jacket. I'd have been like slightly overfed Sandy from Greece. She was so skinny in those leggings.
She was so
Her
skinny in
legs were
everything.
like my arms.
Oh.
Crikey bobs. So I'd have been a better nourished version of Sandy that probably been walloped on the head a few times and shrunk a bit.
Well, like whack-a-mole. Been excessively
like
whack-a-mole.
Yeah. Oh no, we're in a really silly mood today. You know what it is? We've done
I'm
2
tired.
days of sensible-ish shows.
Just tired. But yeah,
Ecky
you
thump.
see, this is it. On the 3rd day, Jane normally comes in and has to be professional. She's not here, so we're talking about grease and whack-a-mole.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear.
All that nonsense. Oh,
We haven't even looked at any fabric yet. Shall we do that?
And it's gorgeous.
I know.
I'll be honest.
Look, okay, so...
It's all going as well. People are buying it already.
Oh, are they?
We better talk
crikey.
through these things.
Oh, right, okay. So this is one of the panels. I promised you a partial seam. There it is. I'll do the rest of that in a bit.
Oh, look at it.
I know I had to do prep and everything.
I've taken a
I
little
got up at
candid
quarter
shot
to
of that.
4 to do this. I'll have you know.
I know. I did stay silly o'clock last night to
I know
collect
you
the
did.
kits for you.
And do you know what I
That's
did
much I
instead
love
when
you.
I got in? Because, you know, I love a bit of jeopardy and will I get it done in time?
Oh, what are you like?
Well, I had to check for my broadband speed for the new place. So I ended up getting my broadband sorted, my TV licence.
Oh, for crying out! It's really worth me staying until 3 o'clock last night.
Well, then I had a panic as to whether or not, because then, you see, when the jeopardy of whether or not I'll manage to do it is there, that is when I just shut the door and don't let anybody come in.
Right.
And crack on, because I've done every other
Such a
possible
menace.
thing I could possibly do in any way, shape or form. Now, I'm doing this, by the way, not just to make a mess. I love this. If you would like the whole chic escape, we have got the fabric stack. I believe this is the first time that Tilda has done a 10-inch fabric stack.
So. Yeah.
40 pieces in there,
Divine.
so 2 of each divine. It is properly gorgeous. And look, we've got buttons as well. Mm-hmm. Which actually randomly someone found just the other day.
Yes.
Yeah. We also have all of the daisy fields as well. But let me show you because... And these are all available, by the way, by the half metre.
Yes.
This is your subscription. We have terracotta. We have paprika. Is this not all looking rather fabulous with this fabric? We have hot tomato. Okay, so that one clashes a bit. We have got orange. We have got salmon, which actually works quite nicely if you want a little light relief. We have got peach. We have got coral, and we have got azalea pink. So I would take out those 3 and say that out of all of those, they work a treat with this collection.
They are beauties,
Because
huh?
even, yeah, when you... So, you know what?
Bundle.
It is a gorgeous bundle. I think this is... And do you know what, Inga, bless her, she says, I've labelled them because we always say we label stuff and then people ask, what do you mean you label stuff?
Oh, yeah.
So she wants you to see that if you get your subscription,
Yes.
you are going to have your fabrics hand-lovingly labelled
Yes.
by Ingly Dingly Doo and Izzy.
So this is specifically for our subscribers that we
Yeah.
pop the labels on. If you wanted to start subscribing from tomorrow, which is when the subscription opens,
Yeah.
you can do that. You can pop that in your basket tomorrow. You can pop in, if you want the previous bundles, you can pop those in as well in fat quarter form. We've got those loaded as product.
Yeah.
And if you put a note on your order to say, I am a new subscriber, please can you label my previous bundles?
We might just do that for you.
Then we will label those for you as well.
As you can imagine, it's quite labour intensive. So we had to really think long and hard about whether or not this was something that we were prepared to do. And we decided it was because a lot of you, I know, are taking a little swatch and making your own colour charts.
Yes. Yes.
Why are you giggling?
Lo's just sent me something funny on Facebook. She's very naughty when I'm mic'd up.
No. I'm kind of thinking that you can't repeat and share.
She shenanigates all. Oh, it's a picture. She shenanigates all over the place.
She does. She's chief shenanigator.
She is.
We thought you were, but actually no.
I'm now the office octopus instead.
You are the office.
I'm a hand in everything.
Now you can, if you are subscribing, choose either fat quarters or long quarters, depending on your preference. I like a long quarter.
You do, don't you?
I really like a long quarter.
I'll be honest, the fat quarter's the most popular bundle.
I know,
but
I still like a long quarter.
Yes.
Jane likes a fat quarter. I
She
like
does.
a long quarter.
depends what type of makes you go for, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And even on a very basic level, just having these to make your own swatch,
Yeah.
every time you've got a project to do, being able, what we do it, don't we? We walk along the shelf of planes.
So
I'm
if
making a
you
swatch at the moment for you. to have
if
in
you
there.
have a little look at the Tilda Chic Escape, you will see these for sale by the half metre.
They are beautiful.
And so you would then instantly have some gorgeous fabrics that will go beautifully with your subscription. There you go. They're on a bit of a wonk, but there we go. Now, today's kit.
Are you going to do today's kit, or are you going to show the thing that I've got in today's show that doesn't go with anything, but we just couldn't resist?
Well, I'm going to do both.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm going to do
Just
both
checking.
because, again, with these in mind, just, loitering
Gorgeous.
with fabric intent over here. We've also done, lovely Robert Kaufman has run out of one of the fabrics that I wanted. So when and they didn't tell us, they just didn't send the fabric, which was really helpful.
Yes.
So we were waited, didn't we, Jen, for the fabric to arrive, and it never did. So I ended up ringing them going, is it coming? And they said, oh no, it's out of stock.
They just casually don't tell us.
Casually
Which is
don't
a
tell
little
us.
bit rude.
Why would we need to know that?
I know.
Name and shame. That's what I feel like we're doing today. Naming and shaming. Now, however, this is your kit if you would like to do the Lisa Chandler Southern Jewels quilt. And what we have done, I said, Gemma, please could you do this? And she did, because she's far better at this kind of stuff than I am.
Well, you said, can you just do me a list? And I went,
Yeah.
I can do better than that.
She did. She's like, I'll put photos and everything in.
Yeah. Can't
Bargain.
always do this. It's a bit labour intensive, but
Yeah, don't get excited.
No.
We're spoiling you today.
no extra cost on that.
This tells you which panels I've done because I've doubled up on 2.
Yes. Just in
And I
case you
don't
want to make yours
think-
just like Tasha's.
So if you want to make one just like mine,
Just like what Tash did.
then you will have the exact fabric amounts that you require. Actually, I say you've got the exact fabric amounts. You do have some amounts left over, which is rather
Yes.
fabulous. Because again, if you are getting the fabric subscription, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You've got all of those to play with. Aren't they a bit special, Gem?
They are beauties.
Yes, they are. So that's all good. However, Gemma was then like, well, there is one fabric that arrived. Actually, I think there were a couple that didn't arrive because I was going to do 2 different colourways out of them. And then the second one also did not arrive, which meant that my whole tealy blue or powdery blue or bluey version was never going to happen. But look, because It means that I now have a whole bolt that I can offer you by the half metre. And again, ladies and gentlemen, if you are going for your subscription, it would kind of be rude not to also potentially grab yourself some of this. Would you not agree? Because check that out.
Beautiful.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I adore this fabric. It's quite annoying that they couldn't supply the other fabrics because we wanted to do 2 colourways. But then actually, do you know what? What it did is because we couldn't do the second Kaufman colourway of the Southern Jewels, we put the Tilda one together. So
yeah, exactly.
We might never have done that.
The other thing to bear in mind is if you don't want this, that's absolutely fine because I'll make a kimono out of it. So don't feel like you have to.
We'll just wrap ourselves in it. I'm going to make a kimono style dress in this.
So that's fine.
Yes.
So those of you who are still trying to look for the Klimt that we had yesterday, Gemma, have we got any of the Klimt kits left?
If we have, it's literally going to be 1 or 2. Leslie's saying, no, it's coming up as out of stock again. I'm at the checkout. I presume she means
the
bowl
cozy. Oh, Leslie.
We have to buy these in bulk.
Yeah, so we have to buy them in a certain number, which means that somebody's will get some more. Don't worry.
We will try and get some more. Please, if you want it, can you let us know? Because then we can see that, you know, buying in bulk is a good plan.
Half metre heavens for tomorrow.
What did you just ask me? You asked me Klimt. You see, you ask me a thing and then you move on. It's almost like I'm not the centre of the universe. There is one Klimt.
One Klimt panel. Do you want to see the Klimt panel? Because it is actually here.
It does look good, doesn't it?
We haven't even finished it. We've only put H640 on the back of it. Look, how gorgeous is that?
It's just going to make the most amazing wall hanging, isn't it? Bit of class, that is. Bit of class.
Bit of class.
It's called The Kiss.
It is. I mean, could you imagine saving that for a little Valentine's present?
I know. I mean, it's not very often you get, you know, the artwork of an Austrian symbolist artist on your fabric,
someone did their homework. Because you didn't do art at school that much, I remember that.
No, I was rubbish.
Hey, but luckily Google is your friend.
No, I just happen to load all the products, so I learn all this stuff.
You know this stuff.
I learn this
right,
stuff.
Now, I wanted these to go into the half metre heavens, and Inga very rightly said the print is too big, Natasha, for just a half metre. That'll annoy people. Can we not put it as a mega metre? And I said, well, yes, we can, but it means we've only got 2 units.
Oh, gosh, has it gone that way?
I know.
Crikey bobs.
I know. So that will then be it gone. Gone.
Wow.
And I've put it with raspberry.
It's just lovely with raspberry, isn't it?
Now, this is the one that we did the Bohemian Poof.
With boho poof.
With the boho poof. So if you'd like a little bit extra in your life, go for that. So you'll get a metre of that and a metre of raspberry. Now, then we had this as a situation.
That was boho poofness as well.
This was boho poofness, and Inga gets a bit upset if you cut. So she's like, well, I'm not cutting that at 20 inches, which is your half metres. I'm going to cut it at 26 because otherwise, she said, what's the point in having only half a thing when you need a full thing?
She is funny.
I love the attention to detail though.
Yeah.
And so she said, and then I'm going to add in 26 inches of the chartreuse as well. Fill your boots, Inga.
This is a big boy.
This is a big, and I've got 5 of these.
Okay.
So 26, it'll have to be like a half metre heaven plus, possibly plus
We'll call it
a bit.
We'll call it yeah.
We'll call it a half metre heaven plus and work out a price that's comparable.
Yes.
Blah, blah.
It'll be with the other half metre heavens. We'll make sure it's still in that section.
And then that's that gone. That's that fabric then gone and done and all the stuff. Now, here we go. Again, now you see, look, it's no surprise, is it, that this week, obviously, I've also chosen, because look at these, again, la 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 la, rather gorgeous, right? Because we've got this in mind for you. So anybody that is getting the subscriptions, you know that there's fabric today that works. This is with orange, so again, if you're getting your subscription, you're going to have some extra orange. But it also goes so beautifully with so many of those.
It does.
And then, so that's your Lewis and
you've
Irene.
Done well today.
I know, right?
You've done so well today.
This was in between choosing my broadband provider.
Well done, you.
Well done, you.
Well done, you.
Do you know what? Weirdly, putting it there, would you have ever put that with paprika?
Not necessarily, but hey, look.
If you were quilting
like
it up,
it.
you might add a little shebang of that.
Hey, Tash.
What?
There's a good old debate going on in that there Scotland.
What? Whether
Patricia,
it's autumn or not?
Morning, ladies. I'm in Scotland. The weather is brill. Not at all like autumn, thank goodness. It's an outside garden lunch and cocktails with my female neighbours this afternoon. And poor Ginny says, "Where are you, Patricia? I'm wearing an extra layer and I'm looking out my bed socks for tonight." It's like the sublime to the ridiculous, isn't it, over there?
I think if you've had enough cocktails, you don't need your bed socks.
No, you don't. That's the key, Ginny.
There you go,
Perhaps
Ginny.
you're just not having enough cocktails.
Yeah, we found the solution for you, and then you won't care.
Ginny's just hoping it'll warm up a bit later. Yeah. And Patricia says she's in Aberdeenshire. It's going to be a hot day, about 20 degrees later. Peaceful, not a cloud.
Crikey, get that factor 50 out, all you
we're
Scots.
on our way, Patricia. Get those cocktails on the go.
What's your favourite cocktail?
Now, I like a Mai Tai and no one serves one. It's very annoying. It's rare that you find... It's normally a good cocktail bar if they do a Mai Tai.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm a vodka martini girl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Shaken, not stirred.
I don't really care. In my glass
Large
will do.
glass.
Large glass.
One in each hand.
Yep, that'll do. Thank you very much.
2 for 1.
Beautiful.
That's my favourite size. 2 for 1. Happy hour.
It's always a happy hour, the vodka martini. Vodka martini, any of it really, with a little bit of gin. Oh, or tried them all.
Nice.
Only because, and it's Lo's fault. Lo said that if you were getting hangover, you just hadn't chosen your right drink.
I can't get the idea of a dirty martini though, like where they put the olive water in. Ooh, I don't like olives, so do I.
No, it would help. So mushrooms. This is the last of it.
Oh.
That's it. Then
That
it's
there
gone.
Ruby Star, wasn't it?
Yeah, love it.
Gorgeous.
Now this is the last of this as well. There's only a Nat's whisker of this left. I'll put it with blue.
Really
I mean, it's got like a proper name. I'm going to say royal blue.
Fanciful Birds, I think that is.
I mean,
Yeah.
I saw a big bedding set actually with those on. So, tempted.
Lovely.
Now, I've got 2 of these, right? I went through all the colours in all the world and then settled on cyan.
Oh, now that looks beautiful.
And doesn't it suddenly give that a whirl? Looks like a Catherine wheel all of a sudden.
Philip has done a cracking job on that
Philip
fabric.
always does a cracking job. We love
Bravo,
Philip. But that's the last of that one. That one's been a favourite as well.
Didn't they?
Love a bit of Philip. Now, I've got 3 of these because it was an end of a bolt that was just kicking about. And this is a Lisa Chandler. We don't often put these in a half metre heaven,
No,
but you know,
we don't. That's under
why
the Aussie
not?
sun, isn't it?
With
that
a
one?
cardinal.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that looks great together.
Certainly does. And then the last. Oh no, it's not last because I put the other ones somewhere.
You've got the other ones behind the quilt, I think.
They've been meant to be on for the last 3 weeks. Keep forgetting them.
Hey,
Right, I've got 5 of the fish.
Oh, you see, they look great too.
They do. They really do. I'm going to do Freddie and Lamp
in a minute.
out of that as
Whisk
well.
them away before you hide them somewhere.
Now, there it's somewhere. Oh, here they are. It's under my prep. Hang on.
Do you know who's living the dream this morning?
Who's living the dream?
Claire Angelina. She's dropped her kids at an outdoor activity centre. She's gone to a local library where they've got free Wi-Fi.
Amazing.
And she's remembered her crochet hooks.
Oh, perfect.
So she is sat watching us on their Wi-Fi
living
with her
her
crochet.
best life.
No kids. It's all right, isn't it?
I've got brassica, moss and magenta. I've got 4 of them, Gem. That's it.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I love a brassica.
Do you know what? I do love a brassica too, and wouldn't that look lovely in that quilt today?
Yes. I think the quilt today is your opportunity to showcase those big prints, isn't it?
Well, you could, couldn't you?
Oh,
you
it
could,
looked
because I've got
fantastic in
3 of the brassica magenta with jade, and this is why I put jade with it. If you turn it around enough, I find the colour, the reason I put it with it. There you go. Beautiful.
Stunning.
So for those of you that are new and just joining us, these go live on our website at midnight tonight.
Yes, they do.
They've always been a Thursday thing, and then we realised that actually you might like to get a little preview, sneak peek. We have got 5 of the Hokusai's mums with peacock.
I just think the peacock's perfection with that.
It's just a shade lighter. I looked at teal, but it just sort of pulled it down a little bit, so I just went a shade up and it just lifted it.
It's the one.
Love it. I've got 5. of the paisley.
Yeah.
Inga's written Mitt Gold!
Mitt gold.
Mitt Gold!
Do you know I've made a frock out of this?
Did you?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Just needs a little adjustment. It's a bit big. But yeah.
that's your gold. That's why we pulled out the gold. One of the prerequisites for working here is, will you promise to always say gold?
Yes. You can't just say gold. You
as
have to
if, as in the song.
Shouty, shouty capitals. And say it very loud.
Do you know
Loud
what?
and proud.
The boy did say to me the other day, because obviously he knows Izzy, lovely Izzy that's working with us. He said, this is like her first grown-up job out of school.
Yeah.
You are giving her unreal expectations of what to expect in the workplace.
Sorry, not sorry.
Well,
work
she
hard,
just
play
have to
hard.
always work with us, though, won't she?
Yeah.
There we go. This
solved.
is Arctic puffins mint with Hawaiian.
Yes.
I feel they're travelling if they're Arctic and Hawaiian all in one.
Well, quite. We had this before.
Geography
and it
penguins.
Flew out.
Puffins.
It
penguins.
flew out like at a rate of knots, so we've added, and that's it now.
That's
so
all we've
if you
got.
loved it and you want a bit more,
That's your lot.
get hold of it. Or if you missed out last time, please don't have
Snooze, you
spendthrift
lose.
remorse. Can I grab those, please?
Smend.
I'm going to go under the camera and around.
Oh, I hear your little
I've got this
flicky-
little ninja route where you can't see me, look.
But
Just
her
the hands.
beautifully manicured hands. Gemma's given up on me trying to have manicured, beautiful hands. Not going to happen.
Sorry
is it,
about
Gem?
the flippy flop noise as I walk
Flip,
across.
flip, 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 flop.
I should have gone barefoot, shouldn't I? Oh,
If you
Lo
want-
wants a bold, cosy template as well.
Oh, well, we'll just have to get some more. If you would like today's kit, which is the Tilda one,
Yes.
that will also come with Gemma's guide.
It will. Karen's with us.
Hi, Karen.
And she's foolishly said, I'm not looking.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Karen.
Of course you are, Karen.
It's resistance is futile, isn't it?
Yeah,
Too many beautiful things to make frocks out of today.
I know. So this is your kit for today. And again, with your list to show you what I used and where, which means that those fabrics are the right ones for it. Yesterday we did the craft corn kits. Loads of those sold out. We have added in the lace.
The crochet lace.
The crochet lace, because lots of you going, well, where is it then? Yeah,
Oh, we had a right old crazy Bob's day yesterday. I apologise,
did.
but it's up there now.
now,
It
loads of
is.
you went for the favour kit, which had the little favour boxes and the pill boxes
Yeah.
all in.
Yeah.
Now, off the back of Emily needing to decorate 8 million of these for her party, for the party that she's having, that she hasn't made friends with yet because she's got to start school and in 2 weeks create some friends so she can have a party. Otherwise it would just be me and Grandma and Barry. And
Right, I'm
Freddie.
just going to make a quick announcement,
What's
but
that?
I can see the many requests for bowl cozy template sets.
Okay.
I am loading an additional 12 as delayed dispatch 4. If you place your order, it's a pre-order. We will get them from Creative Grids. If there's going to be a massive wait on them, we will let you know. Hopefully they've got them in stock. They'll get them out to us really quickly. But you place your order on a pre-order basis. So when they're with us, we will send them to you.
Okay.
If for any reason they can't get them to us, which I doubt, we will refund you immediately.
So Gemma, I completely forgot to show this yesterday,
Oh, good-o.
which was really helpful given that the boxes that Emily had decorated for her party to put the Haribos in for the party favour
Oh, I
bags,
had those on.
had these on,
Okay. Just
and then I
very,
forgot to
very,
show everyone.
Very quickly as well.
So
Tash,
this was
because it
the whole
comes in-
reason that this kit got put together, was because of Emily's party, because these all have bows ready stuck on.
Yeah.
But I've got to show you these, because if you went for the fixing set where you've got all the brooch backs.
They're stunning, aren't they? Emily is amazing, and she just sat there so quietly, creating.
We're all a bit worried,
And,
weren't we?
I mean, it was the best bit of money you could spend, wasn't it? Keeping her very still, very entertained, very inspired.
Now that is like a paisley, but with lots of sparkle in it. I'd love to show in a close-up, but our close-up camera has decided that it has no power to it, and the power lead is in the roof. Yes. And we discovered this with 10 minutes to go, and I just had a big bap. So I'm not lying, the thought of trying to get up into the small roof space, having just devoured a massive bap, was not going to happen. So we're not going to have a close-up camera today. You know when we say it's warts and do we just overshare, do you think, sometimes?
Yeah. Possibly. Yeah. We're real here though. It's just how it is.
So in this for $9.99 you are going to get your 12 toolboxes. You're going to get your Aurora Borealis. You're going to get your squares. You are going to get 15 of these little things here. They're rather lovely. You are going to get 10 of the hearts. You are also going to get a packet of the hairpins, which we like to just decorate 3D stuff with. And you're going to get 10 of the paisley jobby what's-its. I like to think that gives everybody a complete idea of what that is, actually.
Sure.
Yeah. $9.99. And I did keep my promise, didn't I, Jem?
Mm-hmm.
With the crochet lace, even though Jem.
Do you mean is this a knickers moment? Tash?
Oh, whoops!
Oopsie daisy.
Oopsie daisy. I'm going to have to count up and make sure everything went in that one properly. Yeah, got it. Got it. It's all right, everyone. Oh, look. Gemma, I've just found some more ribbon.
What are you like?
On the floor down there. Loads of you going for your Christmas ribbon yesterday. Well done, you. Well done, you. Isn't that right, Gemma? Is that what we'll say?
Good for you. Well done, you.
Well done, you. So if you'd like those, do pop them in your basket. Gemma's mum is coming over tomorrow to create more fabulous bundles for us. Right, last thing to show before we actually start to sew. We will get there eventually. Sorry, it's been a bit of a... But these arrived, you know, like a month after the... I'm not complaining. Is that rain?
Well...
Is your hood up on your car?
Yes, it sounds like biblical level rain from nowhere.
Wanky.
I've just driven in with the roof down and 80s power balance bursting out all over the shop.
There you go. Well, I guess I'll make sure you don't do that again on the way home, won't it? That is a sign. Right. What did I say I wanted the minute these came in?
Pyjamas! Oh, Izzy's just gone running.
She left the window open.
Probably, yeah. To keep a car cool, yeah.
Yeah. So I want, this is super wide, 108's backing fabric. Nice. Morning, Karen. Just saying you need a dress out of this.
Oh, she'd look amazing in a frock in this.
I know, I want pyjamas out of it.
This is like Alice in Wonderland type amazingness, isn't it?
I just love it.
You just feel like you were in a... Oh.
Do you know what? I feel compelled to make Emily lots of quilts just so that I can back every single one of them in this.
But it also needs a big, if you make a dress or a full circle skirt, like with a big mesh underskirt, big netting underskirt, it'd look amazing, wouldn't it?
I'm just going to go for wide leg pyjama bottoms.
Yes. Love that
and be really happy with that. We've put this up at an introductory price of...
I think I'll put it up at
£1
off per half metre, so you get £2 a metre off. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. 108 inches, that is 270 centimetres.
Yes. Yes. O&P Silver, so that their low, has thrown the raspberry and pistachio espresso martini into the mix. What? That doesn't sound like a thing. Is this one of those moments where she's making something up again just to make me look silly because I believe her?
I don't know.
Philippa says, good morning, I got absorbed watching the fabric and forgot to say hello.
Morning. Morning. I heart this very, very much. There's no two ways about it. And I clearly need pyjamas. I'm going to be digging out my pyjama bottom pattern for that, aren't I? Should we, like do some sewing?
Oh, we can do.
Should we do that?
Just say hello to Barbara. She sounds like she's had a bit of a morning.
What's the matter, Barbara?
She's late. It's not her fault.
Okay, not her fault.
She's been at the chemist.
We were not blaming you. Don't worry. There's no blame here.
No. They lost her son's prescription yesterday, so she went back today and they've not found it, so they've had to make it up again. I mean, what a palaver.
Oh, don't like a
and Jeanette as well. I think she needs a bit of love. She's watching on her sick bed sofa.
Oh,
no. As her GP's forced her to rest post-COVID.
Oh.
But it is the silver lining that she doesn't have to work. She gets to watch us.
Oh, there you go then.
And she loves the quilt.
Oh, the quilt is gorgeous. I can take absolutely no credit for it apart from the fact they stitched it. That's the only credit that I will be taking there.
Yes.
Right. Now, Lisa's instructions, you can see I have scribbled all over them because this is the important bit, is you're cutting.
Yes.
Take my shoes off, Jem.
We're going to be sensible now. There's a lot of shenanigans going on in this here chat this morning. There is borderline flirtation going on and all sorts. I tell you, it's
borderline flirtation?
It's all going on.
With who?
Although, well, Lo is my kindred spirit here as well. Right. She had to interview someone once and said the last question I said was for them to sing Bat Out of Hell by Meatloaf all the way through.
Amazing.
So funny. I'd have done it as well.
You would have done.
Yeah. Except I've been really annoyed that I didn't know some of the lyrics. I'd have had to pull the lyrics up to give it a proper good go. And I'd have stood up as well.
Amazing. On the key change or just generally?
Just stood up and for the whole thing, I think.
Not like key change boy band style.
I'd have thrown my arms out for the key change.
You would have done.
You know this.
Yep.
You know this.
It would all have happened. Anyway, this pattern. We'll get back to the pattern. It's all right. You see, this is the nice thing. When you watch this back, you just fast forward through this. You've got all of your different panels and your map. All right. Tick them off as you cut them. Bear in mind, 40.5 long. Do not be tempted to cut this the width of the fabric to get your 40 inches that way. No, 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 no. Otherwise, you will have gravity-defying peacocks. This is to go with the pattern, which is why we've given you just over 1 metre of your peacocks or your peonies or whichever one it is. So please pay attention. Please be attention where it says long. So what that means, Gemma, is, let me just grab a bolt just to really show grandmother how to suck eggs. Right, you will get your fabric. When we say long, it's as it comes off the bolt long. This is wide, even though sometimes this is longer than the width. You know what I mean, okay? So just look at your pattern and make sure, check it with the map. So I know that this is going to be for A. So when it says it's 41 long, I'm going to be cutting it 41 long. Although I've already cut the kit for you. But if you're doing this off your own back. There we go. I think that's clear as mud for everybody this morning. Right. So cut, tick, tick, tick. If you have a stripology, then you're 1.5 inches or 30 inches. It's 30 inches, isn't it? They give you of the backing fabric of the sashing fabric.
Yes.
Done in seconds. Look, there it all is. That's ready for me to sash around the whole thing. And then it is very much step by step, popping everything together. You're going to need these because then it all makes sense. These are your partial seams, so we shall go through and have a look. So the very first bits that you put together are these here. Now, somewhere under my quilt, I have my second quilt prep. So that bit, I've already sewn on. Hang on. I've done a bit of this already, right? So you can see this is my B fabric, that's my D fabric, my C fabric, and then I follow the order in which to sash. So that was then my block. I then had to stitch my sashing all the way down to my big panel, and this panel was made separately. So I put those on, stuck those together. This isn't Blue Peter. Stitch them together and then put that down that side there, which then meant that I had the width to add that bottom panel on there, and that is 1/3 of it done, almost, because you'll notice at the top up here, be like, oh Natasha, your stitching's come undone. No, my bobbin did not run out. This is meant to be here, because if you look on the pattern, you can see this is my panel A. Can you see that little line there? That is my partial seam. So I've stitched up to, but not including this bit. That will be the last bit to be stitched together. It's just how it goes together, and it will become hugely clear. So the very basics, if you can sew a straight line and a thin bit of fabric onto a fatter bit of fabric, you can do this quilt.
Hooray!
Hooray! What is key here is this. Labelling which bits are which. That is your key organisational situation. Okay, so let's create this block here, shall we? I know that B needs to go there and I have labelled it B. Beautiful.
B for beautiful.
B for beautiful,
okay,
yeah.
Good.
I've got C up there. And then I've got D down there. Okay. And then in between here, I need a 5.5 inch strip. So I go to my 5.5 inch strip department, which is labelled 5.5 inches. Do you know what? These little applique pins are really useful, Gemma, for this.
Amazing.
I'm liking these a lot. So that will go in between there.
Tricky to get hold of the applique pins as well. So we have just restocked that one size.
Right.
There's not going to be any more in the UK at the supplier until September, he thinks.
What?
I know, it's getting things over from that there America. It's not easy. So if you did want the applique pins, it is a good idea to get hold of them. That's not just me being,
15.5 inches there, Gem.
a drama queen.
That's the last
Would
of that
I
one.
ever?
You? No, just a power ballad queen.
Never.
And so when I'm happy that I've got everything where I need it to be, if you have got a quilt wall, whip it out. I put mine on the floor because we've sold most of the quilt wall. Well, actually, my quilt wall, yeah.
We have got, or we had got this morning, literally about 1.5 meters of quilt wall left. So it's a grab it quick situation.
I am going to think that that is going to probably go along there, but we will find out in a moment. So first things first, let's sew these together. I would love to give you a sewing machine view, however, as previously discussed, it does not wish to do that, Gemma, today. So it did this once before, you know. And I can't remember what we did, or if it just next time decided it did want to play after all.
I think we went up in the roof.
Now you get to choose whether or not you press your sashing to the dark side, to the light side. It's up to you. For ease and speed, I'm just doing it as it comes. Again, checking always your direction. So I always put it back down and then I will flip that onto there. And if I then need to change it around, I will, but I'm just going to make sure that, because there's a lot of directional prints here, I'm just making sure everything's even on the edges. If I had the time, I would pin everything. But you know, meh.
Oh, I love this colourway.
It's a bit gorgeous, isn't it?
So different to the other one, and yet just equally
It just
beautiful.
goes to show, doesn't it? And in cave, if you decided to do a cave one, would be different again. Has our lovely Karen, has she succumbed to the ladybird tiny beasts?
She's had a small fit at you about the fact that she loves the Tula. So let's see, eh?
Just saying. Just saying.
Over on that there YouTube, we've got lovely viewers with us as well.
Oh, morning, YouTubers.
Hello, Joy and Kirsty and Ali. Farmer Ali. Farmer Ali says cocktail Negroni. Yum yum.
Negroni, what's that?
Oh, I've had a Negroni.
Have you? Yeah, for someone that doesn't drink.
I know.
You have an extensive cocktail repertoire.
It was a few years ago.
Right, I'm just going to stitch that down onto there while you tell me what a Negroni is.
Oh, I'm trying to remember. I just know. During
How
lockdown,
many had you consumed
during
before?
lockdown, our friends, like you dropped us food off and all sorts, but our friends Claire and Rob were going and getting my prescriptions and all sorts. And he made a Negroni up in a jar. And
That's a what?
He made a Negroni, like a big portion of Negroni up in a jar. And said, pop that in the fridge, give it a little shake.
Are you sure that's not just like he didn't just send you some moonshine or something?
It's a knock your head off job. So it's an Italian cocktail. I'm reading it now on the internet because I didn't make it. 1 part gin, 1 part vermouth rosso,
nice.
and 1 part Campari garnished with orange peel.
Oh, that sounds like my kind of thing.
Traditionally stirred, not shaken. Over ice. Yeah.
I might try that tonight. Can you just send me that so that I know what I'm doing?
You just need it like a Martini Rosso, don't you?
That's fine.
Other brands do exist.
Get one of those on my way home. If at any point you get a little snibbly bit, it's a technical term, Gem.
Yeah.
And you need to just trim it off.
Everyone always gets the proper technical terms on a workshop Wednesday.
I do.
This is where you get all your quilting knowledge, guys.
Snibbly bit.
Any Wednesday except this one.
Apart from today. Just trim it off. And the only reason is that, you know, this is a much thinner piece of fabric. It might just stretch slightly. It depends if you've just put it under a little bit of tension as you sew it on. You might end up with a snibbly bit at the end. Look, Gemma, I'm just putting it out there. Roald Dahl didn't use words that actually existed, and it didn't actually hurt him, did it?
No.
Just saying. Just saying. He managed. There we go. And then if you need to pin anywhere to make this all work together, then do. If you can find your pins, that's even more useful. Hurrah. There we go. And then we're just going to stitch that together. Hooray. And once the cutting is done, it does actually come together quite quickly.
Well, we love that.
Now, I might not have been as careful as I should be with some of these seam allowances and stuff, just because, you know, I did have to pick my energy provider this morning.
Oh, Cynthia's asked a really good, intelligent and actually relevant question.
Oh, crikey.
I know. Bravo,
Not asked
Cynthia.
me, is she?
Bravo. She says,
Is she asking you?
she says, greetings.
Greetings.
Was the pattern designed for the fabric, or is it just happenstance that the fabric is perfect for the pattern?
Ah, now, that is a very good question. So, our lovely Lisa Chandler used to work, like I say, she kind of trained under Robert Kaufman, and you can kind of see that influence. So yeah, so her excitement today was, finally you're stocking his fabrics, I can now let you know all of them that go with my fabrics, which is very true. So I think a little from column A and a little from column B on that one. But for these today, certainly we have put them in to fit.
Yeah.
To fit, basically.
You, Clever Stick, bought these ones behind you, the Kaufman,
Oh, for this one.
for this quilt.
Yeah.
And then looked at it yesterday. Well, looked at it previously, but yesterday pulled it all together to do the Tilda version, because those peacocks need somewhere to exist where they're not going to get chopped up.
Just adding this bit
Those
on here,
long pieces.
just so that you know.
It was just asking for those peacocks, wasn't it?
It was. It was saying, peacock me up. That's what it was saying. Yep.
Fabulous.
As it generally does.
Yep.
Plus, I think it would be fair to say, Gemma, it's one of my favourite fabrics of all time.
It is.
And so I will look for any excuse to use it anywhere. The other thing that you could use that would also look rather fabulous. I've got a bit of a funny situation going on here. My thread, excuse me, I'll just rethread.
That's all right.
The other thing is, whoops, Lisa's fan.
Oh, yes. The Chinese
Would also,
fans
the Chinese
would look
fans
divine.
would look stunning as that panel.
They would, the long panel.
As that panel. We looked at the, using the, it's not the tea house. It's got tea houses on it.
It's the Summer
Palace
border print.
Border print, but because it's a border print, it
mirror images halfway across the width.
Thank you. That's exactly
all right,
it.
darling.
Gemma's got the words. I'm just going to wave my hands around.
You're
and
trying
hope
to
that,
do thread at the same time.
and hope that Gemma will at some point understand me and our charades and sort it out for me.
It's okay, when I speak fluent Tash, we're fine.
What a thing.
This is what a quarter of a century does.
We're not even that old, Gemma. How can we have known each other?
I know, we were mere children.
Pre-birth.
Mid-children.
Clearly, we knew each other pre-birth.
My 17-year-old child passed her driving test 2 days ago. I can't let that wash anymore, can I?
No.
I'm sort of passing her off as my cousin or sister. I've got to admit defeat now.
Okay, so Emily has started with the fun questions of, but Mummy, where was I before I was born?
Oh my word, honestly.
She's 3. I'm like, I don't need a philosophical 3-year-old.
Meg was at a Church of England school, so I just said, why don't you ask next time the vicar's in? That's a great question. To which I'm sure Kevin will have some fabulous answers.
And did Kevin have fabulous answers?
Yeah.
Did he? Did he have all the answers?
Fabulous answers, and I think it confused her so much that she decided not to ask that question ever again.
Great. Well, you see, this is it. So the problem has been, you see, because we are moving back to Cornwall, and Freddie was born in Cornwall, and Emily wasn't. So I took Freddie up onto the moor to see the house that he lived in, that he came home from hospital in, blah, blah.
Yes.
Which is fine. And Emily's like, but I lived there too, Mummy. No, you didn't. What do you mean I didn't? Well, you weren't born.
In egg form.
Yeah, but then you have to try and explain that.
Yeah, don't go there.
I don't know which is easier.
Don't go there. You should start looking at eggs in a whole different way.
Oh my goodness, I don't eat that either.
No,
just eat them. There we go.
There's quite a few people, Tash, that are now saying, oh heck, I haven't said good morning, because they've been so entranced by the beautiful fabrics that they've just realised
is beautiful.
They hadn't checked in. So give them a wave.
Morning. I'm giving like a funny wave.
And Della's really enjoying adding to her technical terms. She says, just be careful you don't boink your swibbly bits. So thank you for the amazing quilting knowledge and technical terms.
I live in fear of boinking my snibbly bits. It is a constant problem. In fact, we've probably like health and safety assessed it, haven't we? Boinking my snivelly bits.
Yeah.
So I think if I boinkers are actually I don't know.
Also,
I think they
Margaret sent you a recipe for a blue lagoon, which is 1 part vodka to 3 parts lemonade, into a highball glass full of crushed ice. Drizzle 1 part blue, that word I can't say.
That
one. Into the glass, and 2 blue straws. The blue straws clearly being key.
It's got a bit too much lemonade in there for my liking.
Well, one of us has got to try this. Vicky. I'm copying that, Margaret. I'm going to send it on WhatsApp to Vicky, and I fully expect her to
Vicky will come along and do something with it.
Yeah.
Now, there was a reason that I needed to do this. Why did I need to do this?
Genuinely just sent that to her. She is being instructed.
Oh, Gemma, this is where I've got to actually read stuff.
Oh, young Izzy might have a go at that too.
Oh, no, I make Izzy the... I make Izzy the vodka martinis.
Nice.
She's with me on the old vodka martinis. Oh, she only has one.
Auntie, she only allowed one. Just one.
Well, she can only manage one. Especially not if she's cooking. If it's her turn to cook.
She is legally able to drink, everybody. Just put that one out there.
Yeah.
Auntie Lizzie Crangle says she loves Blue Lagoon.
Oh, okay. Right, so this is my panel here. Let's see, look, this is this bit here. So we have got to this point here. We've done figure D here, and now we've added on the bottom bit here. So you see, join your left hand panel with a section on its right as shown, so only from the bottom up to the horizontal mark, about 5 inches down from the top. That's what I've done. Beautiful. Attach the pre-piece bottom left hand corner section, E. A up, yeah, no, we're on here. E! E! There it is, figure E.
E! I like that.
I'm
allowed to say this. I've got lots of northern family. I love it though. I just love the accent. It's amazing.
I've got no excuse. I know you. I know you.
Yes,
that's it.
And my mum.
Now, figure F. Now construct the centre panel. Right, so we can put that one to the side. Don't need that one yet.
Oh dear.
It's all going on, Gemma.
Leslie Freeman says, Natasha, I meant to say clipping the corners worked on the knot bag. Thanks.
Yay!
I've now made 6.
Oh,
she is cracking on with that. Well done, Leslie.
Well done you, Leslie. Excellent work.
I think you're going to have to try Blue Lagoon because there's quite a few people saying they are very good.
Okay.
I mean, it does mean you've got to go in the shop and ask to buy something that you can't pronounce again, which is always the fun.
I'll just have it written down.
Yeah.
Isn't it like the one blue bit other than WKD on the shelves?
Oh, no one needs to drink that.
Right, now construct the centre. Gemma, I'm still constructing the centre panel. Leaving the open partial seam 5 inches down from the top. Is this not the one I've just done? Hang on. So yeah. Oh, right, so, yeah. Here we go, everybody. It's all right, I know what I'm doing.
Good.
What luck. So this is going to go onto here. So you see that dink. Yep.
I love that bit of wild garden sand as well.
I don't know, Gemma, how you would spell, but
I'm going to ask Della to do that because she is.
Is she adding it to my glossary?
She's
of
amazing.
Terms?
No, she's really good with this stuff. Like she's yeah.
So you're going to sew that onto there.
I hope Jane doesn't watch this back.
So looking forward to Jane coming back. For goodness sakes, don't let that there Natasha do this.
The standard, Jane. No.
Nope. Shush.
Shush.
I've got to concentrate. I've got to construct stuff. Reaching for a hard hat in a minute to construction zone.
I mean, on the upside, everyone's saying it looks very beautiful and that the peacocks and vases are gorgeous.
Oh,
and I'd like to see it in Cape if you could just crack
whip
one of
one
those
up.
out. Margaret's
Crikey.
specifically recommending the wisteria dripping down the 3 long panels.
Oh, yes.
Go on, Margaret.
I'm going to stitch that onto that. But look, you see, I've got that little line there, which means a partial seam. All right, gorgeous. So I'm going to leave 5 or so inches at the top, and then when I've done that, you see, then I've got this bit, which means I'm going to be giving it a fanfare that can then be attached onto the bottom. Whoa.
Nice.
There we go. So poor Jane, she'll never dare go away again, will she? Day off.
No, she won't.
On a Wednesday, Jane. Whew.
I know.
Steady on, old girl.
Oh, John's joined us. Late to the
Morning,
party.
John.
I've been having car issues again. Oh, no.
Not when you're going to come and see us tomorrow, John. John's coming up to do some pre-recording.
He's missed all the boinking, so sorry, we'll explain that another time. We'll explain that another time.
Quietly. We'll explain it later. You see, no one has denied that it's a thing, though, have they, Gemma? Just you know, normally when I get stuff wrong, Margaret would have said, "Actually, Natasha, you're wrong," because she knows better than I do. But I think you find boinkers are a thing.
They are. Vicky's just asking a technical question about the quilt. Oh, no. So she says,
really?
I was just looking at the amounts of fabric needed in the kits. If hypothetically one wanted to do this in different fabrics, e.g. Tilda in a different colourway or Cafe.
Yeah, then you email us and we sort it out for you.
Are the first 2 fabric measurements both length as you showed with the peacock bolt, or are there any others that are particularly directional? Again, pop an email across. Tash will take a look at it for you.
Everything is directional. Let me just show you this, because so if you're doing it in Cafe and it's, you know, apart from the wisteria, I did see one lady had made a beautiful jacket, talking of the wisteria. She'd made the most stunning jacket out of the Phillips wisteria fabric, and it was all going the wrong way. It was gravity-defying wisteria. And I just suddenly thought, do they not have wisteria when she comes from? Maybe she just didn't know. But look, here we go. So these are what you need. 40.5 inches long. That's it's a bit naughty because it's just over a metre. I mean, we generally cut a little bit, a bit generous, but if you let us know that it's for this quilt, then...
Yeah, it's 42.5, isn't it, inches? Was it 42.5 inches we had to cut for that one?
We cut 42.5 just to make sure that, you know, because we are super generous.
Yes.
Then your next one is 15.5 long. So the next one is 9.5 long, 7.5 long, 12.5 long, 13.5 long. Is that our Vicky? Is that our Vicky wanting it in another colourway? She wants it in the purple, doesn't she?
should imagine. I think there's a bit of Kaif involvement here. There is some debating going on.
Do you guys want a Kaif version? Seriously, do you? Because, you know...
But then the options go on, don't they, with what you could choose, what colour and which pattern. And I think the answer is this particular pattern is super versatile. And if you have got, a good chunky amount of a beautiful fabric that is just that glorious huge print that you've been saying to yourself, I can't chop it up. And
then you want us to, find you the stuff to go with it. We'll happily do that.
We will totally help.
We'll do that.
It's but this pattern is one to have in your stash,
Jojo, because Jojo was watching. Have you got your quilt yet?
Yeah, we sent it to you. I sent you the link. I'll have
the link for your quilt that you wanted. Just talking of people that wanted sort of stuff.
Yeah, we made a special one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it was a really special one for a very special reason. Special one. Here we go. So that is. So I've got my partial seam at the top again. Flappy bit. It doesn't sound quite as intimidating if you just call it a flappy bit, does it?
Absolutely.
Lisa hasn't. I'm going to be honest, Lisa has also been professional and called it a partial seam. I've just called it a flappy bit, not going to lie. So we're on this bit. F, G, H, A, and this, dear viewer, is E. That now fits along the bottom there. Gorgeous. Which
great,
means,
it's like paint by numbers, quilt by letters.
That we can now do this bit. So I'm going to add E on there and then add my sashing strip down there. That's what this is looking at. And I wanted to get to this bit because then we start to bring in the partial seams, which would be the only bit out of all of this that you might look at and go, you what? And even then I managed it, so you'll be fine. That is generally our benchmark with quilting, isn't it? Can Tash do it? Yep, you're fine.
Yeah, without being rude, if we can do it, it's achievable. Especially if I can. We have here Kelly saying that she's got some Halloween fabric with small panels which would look fab in this quilt.
Oh yes!
This is a really good use for your panels.
Halloween is quite divisive in terms of those people that absolutely go crazy and go all out, and those that are just like meh. And I can just hear my mum saying, it's too Americanised. And I was never allowed to trick or treat at all.
No, we weren't allowed to trick or treat because...
And my mum doesn't sound like that, by the way. She'd say, I don't sound like that.
She doesn't either.
I know,
she's lovely, your mum. But no, we were always told, you're not going trick-or-treating, it's begging on people's doorsteps.
Yeah, that was it, wasn't it? And now it's like a big thing. Not begging, but,
My elderly neighbours got quite upset one year because they used to take the time to make little treat packs up and they didn't get anyone to call at the door. But there's a kind of unwritten rule in our village that you knock on the door of the people that have put a pumpkin out or that have got a pumpkin in the window.
I think that is an accepted thing, isn't it? So I don't know this year because all previous years we've lived on a really busy main road with no footpath. So we've never ever had anyone come to trick or treat. We've had some drunken youths at 2 o'clock in the morning, but I don't think that really counts. So I don't know if this year we will. I don't know, or if it's a thing that I might take the kids around the village. I know that they do pony post at Christmas and they deliver all the Christmas cards on pony back.
Oh, that's so cute.
So Emily's got to up her sausage riding skills.
Sausage is a pony.
As I say that, I realise that sounds just really wrong. Sausage is her pony. Just to be really clear. Crikey, Gem. Is it time for gin? Right. Then, do you know what we're going to do now, Gemma?
What we doing?
We are going to attach down this side. Oh, nice bit of camera work, let me. My other big long strip. And then, do you know what? We're ready to attach the last panel And then we're ready to look at some of those partial seams. Can I also, just in the interest of caring is sharing, or sharing's caring, or something like that, when I did mine yesterday, I got halfway through and went, oh, actually, I've got a new foot that I want to try with this. Because I was sewing so fast, because I needed to get it done really quickly.
Ah, yes.
Right. The moral of that story is, do not change feet part way through, because the seam allowance was ever so slightly different.
Yeah.
I mean, like, only by a gnat's whisker, but gnat's whiskers add up to quite a whiskery thing in the end. And yeah, so I had one moment where I was like, why is this out by like 1/4 of an inch? What have I done wrong? And then I realised that I'd sewn part of it in with one seam allowance,
Yeah.
and part of it with another. I mean, it's a real rookie error, and I just wasn't thinking.
No.
I got overexcited because I remembered that I had a different foot that I wanted to try. Don't just do it all with the same foot, for goodness
Excitable
sake.
child. You were like an excitable child, Natasha. Which we do this. And
When am I ever going to grow up, though? I mean, this
know.
is the other thing that I go, oh, when will you grow up?
do you
know?
But it's all things that
Do I have to?
we can do, and then afterwards we realise. So it's really important that we share it.
I will just make all the mistakes so that you don't have to.
Well, that is the idea.
I mean, like,
isn't it?
not like all life mistakes. Oh, I don't know, I'm making quite a few of those. General life mistakes. Just quilting ones.
Made a few of those, haven't we?
I don't want to share all my general life mistakes. We'll be here for days. I'll just save those for the wisdom of my children instead.
Yes.
Who will just eye roll and go, oh, Mum, you told us that before.
I know.
And not pay attention, and they'll make their own mistakes. And I'll go,
I've got to this stage with my kids.
well, the eye roll.
Where
Freddie
they're like,
already eye
yes,
rolls
yes,
at me.
Yes,
Yes,
Mum,
we've heard this before. Yes.
You've told us before. Well,
Yes.
that's because it's important.
Yes. Yes, we know that we're scooting on a road. Well, then why are you scooting on the wrong
Don't
side of the road
scoot
then?
On the road.
Well, because I wanted to go around the corner. Well, exactly. No. That could have been a conversation this weekend, maybe.
Aww.
As I realised that my children have never scooted on a road. They've only scooted in parks in my back garden.
Well, because, yeah.
But they wanted to go and build dams in the river. Because that's clearly not dangerous at all either. Actually, it wasn't, because it was low tide, so it was mainly just mud flats. So that was fine. Right, should we have a look at what I've just done?
Yeah, why not?
So yeah, then they scooted. They scooted down to the river, clambered through the mud. Emily then clearly got everything wet. She had a skirt on with integrated pants.
I'm just impressed she still had the skirt on.
Well, she nearly didn't, because as she then sort of crouched down to pick up rocks and generally play in the mud, of course, just everything got wet. So,
Excellent.
no. I'm going to add a panel now.
Nice.
It's all going on. Because it tells me to. Here, look. See, I've done this. Tick, VG. And then here, my last panel onto... Oh, ouch. Take the pin out.
No. Joe Standage is having a nice day. She says, I've just set up my 40th anniversary present from Mr. S. Very excited. DX2000.
Yay!
They do listen sometimes.
Oh, you've obviously done something right over the last
Yeah.
40 years. Well done, you.
And Claire Angelina says, don't grow up. Growing up is no fun.
No.
Truth. No. So true.
I don't see how I can, Gemma, working with you.
No. No.
So, Gemma, yesterday, I'm going to tell everyone, I'm going to shame you.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yesterday, Gemma on our WhatsApp group sends us a picture of her with a couple of sparkly bits that really could have done with a few tassels, and went, just to reiterate, this is a serious working environment. Professional working environment. To which I replied, oh, come on, I will have to report you to HR for such behaviour. Oh.
One of the many hats I wear, isn't it?
That would be
HR.
one of your
Yeah.
octopus arms,
Yeah,
would
yeah.
also be HR.
Bit of
So-
sellotape, a couple of sparkly things. I showed John as well. He thought it was great.
course.
Although Sylvia, who works with him, said, I think you're going to need significantly larger sparkles. It's like that scene in Calendar Girls. We're going to need bigger buns.
Bigger buns. Bigger buns. Oh, so one of the mums at school, she's a bit of a amateur thespian. Mm-hmm. And she got the lead role in Calendar Girls.
Oh, fantastic.
Nobody else auditioned for it.
Oh. Because they've got to do the thing.
They've got to do the thing.
Yeah.
There were some mums that had never heard of Calendar Girls, so obviously we took great delight in explaining exactly what said mother was up to of an evening. Yeah. And her husband managed to proper put himself in that one. Reagan, oh right, September is it? Okay, so what, are you going to be laying off the wine till then? To get in shape?
Really? Wow. Wow. Okay.
I felt that was brave.
Brave or stupid? Wow.
Yeah. La 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 la. How I laughed. Yeah. Which one, Gemma? Brave and or stupid?
I'm going to go for stupid.
I mean, they've been married a
while.
while.
Horrid thing to say.
Oh no, he just, he thought that he was helping. Are we laying off the drink,
Lo has very carefully worded this. I'm quite proud of her.
Sorry?
Lo, she's very carefully worded this. I'm quite proud of her. She says, that husband is getting nothing for a long time. I mean, all services would be withdrawn, wouldn't they? He'd be washing his own pants and all sorts in my house.
All the pants.
A comment like that.
Yeah.
So rude. It's not necessary,
I think it just came out before he had assessed quite the danger of it. Anyway, it made me laugh. No services. No. Yes. So, yeah, very brave mum at school. And of course, it's on the first week that the kids go back to school, isn't it? So I have to be in Cornwall. I can't even come up and see it. Right. Ha-ha! Here we go. Gemma, it's almost like it's coming together a treat.
Yeah. Auntie Lizzie says, I like keeping in shape. This shape.
This
Good
shape.
for you.
Any old shape. This shape will do.
Quite right.
Yes. Now, let's have a little look at what has to happen here. So we are now, we've got this panel to this, and we need to sew on the other panel onto this, and then we're all about the partial seam. Look, Gem, look.
Amazing.
It's good, isn't it? Oh, I do love this. So this now has to go on, which can sew all the way up to the top. Hurrah! I'm going to pin because this is quite a long seam.
I think sometimes pins are essential.
Oh, my friend.
This is the one. When Tash pins, then you should also pin.
You should probably pin far more than I pin.
Well, quite. She's not one for pinning if it's not necessary. She thinks she can get away with it. So if she's pinning, definitely reach for the pins. I've learnt this. Tash, I think that was really important what you said earlier about the changing of the foot and what a difference that could make.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing that Jane said to me quite early on was, don't be tempted, because I used to go to a group up at a sewing shop.
Don't be tempted to use a different sewing machine.
Yes.
No, do it all on the same machine.
Yeah, I'd be using my machine at home, and then I'd pop to the group, and you don't take your machine with you, you just jump on the Genomes there. No. And that's not going to give you consistent results.
It is not, no.
Especially when you're quilting and piecing.
So, you know, and otherwise we give ourselves such a hard time. I like to pin with a long piece of sashing like this. I will pin either end and then sort of in the middle and then work my way back out, because you can always give it a quick tug to get it exactly where you need it to be. And if you, for any reason, have one side that's a bit looser than the other, put the loose to the bottom, and the dogs would, the feed dogs just take it up, and you'll be sorted. So we're now going to sew that on, Gem, and then we've just got 2 panels to add in, and we're done.
Amazing.
And the partial seams
hasn't it?
to do. So we've only got that, and that to add in, and that's the quilt, apart from the sashing around the border.
And then you'll have 2 lovely quilt tops. And this time yesterday,
we didn't. We hadn't even discussed exactly where to put which fabric. No. Do you know what? I'm not going to lie, Gemma. I put off making this, not because I didn't want to make it, but because I couldn't quite decide where to put which fabrics.
And sometimes when you're in that predicament and you're worrying about cutting the fabrics and where to put them and not wanting to get it wrong.
That's why a kit is just great, because someone's done it for you.
Yeah.
And especially with these, because we've also, Gemma has also created this is the fabric you want here, and here page. Because sometimes, you know, it's difficult when somebody else, you've got to envisage what somebody else had thought for which bits of, especially a panel one like this, where the amounts are so specific. It's not like we've just bunged a ½ metre of everything in. Because that Kaufman, like it or not, is expensive fabric.
Yeah.
And there's no getting away from that. It really is. But it is worth every penny, in my humble opinion. You get slightly more fabric in the Tilda bundle, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Because, don't we? Did we in the end?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you're
just
right.
Just a smidge more.
A little bit more, yeah.
Just because we haven't doubled up every single... We haven't doubled up 2 of the fabrics like we did with the other one.
Yeah.
You'll see in a minute. Just going to press. Got a pressing matter over here, Gem. Pressing matter.
Pressing matter.
Yeah. Oh, it's just beautiful. So always setting my seam, then knocking that edge back, and we take that for granted, don't we? And I always used to say it on every sewing quarter quilting show, how we're doing it, because you just never know when you're getting someone new.
No, you don't. And this is the thing, and even experienced quilters will say, thank you so much for sharing XYZ. It just kind of given me that little reminder of what I should be doing.
Little nudge.
Yeah. Because we do, you know, we can get a bit...
We nudge.
You know, can get a little bit... Oh, I don't know how we say it. How do we say it without being rude? I can just get a little bit slapdash sometimes. But you can't you?
I do get it.
I'll just throw that together. It'll be fine. And then every now and again...
It goes horribly wrong.
Normally Jane reminds us of how things ought to be done. And we go, yeah, there is a reason. There's a reason for all of these things.
Love Jane. Do you want to see what this is looking like?
Mm-hmm.
So, bottom-wise, we are all intact.
Oh, it's just gorgeous. Look at it.
Right.
Absolutely gorgeous.
And then we come up a bit more. Still all good, right? All good in the hood. I'm really glad that we went with the sand in there. Just to give these different tones through there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, just really pleased with it.
Just sets it off, doesn't it?
And then we get to here, and it's like, hang on, what's going on?
Pink's lovely as well, that daisy field.
Oh, it's lovely, isn't it? Because it picks up the pinks through the tail.
Those daisy field blenders are little quiet heroes in that collection, aren't there? There's 10 different daisy field blenders, and they just perfectly complement the chic escape. That's what they've been designed to do. So if you are looking for a blender fabric to go with that collection, you can't go far wrong with a daisy field.
Right. So this is now where we are at. Okay, in order to fill those gaps, it's a bit like fabric Tetris.
Nice. I mean, Jane had a technical term for it, but we'll go with fabric Tetris.
I know poor Lisa will be like, why have I let you do another of my patterns and murder this one as well?
I think the answer is to show everybody that
anyone can do it.
You can do it.
Anyone can do it. If I can do it, anyone can do it. So all we need to do, now that we've got these together, and look, I've got it's gone slightly wrong. So I'm just going to level that off a little bit. You can either...
All right.
And what if you do need to just have a quick little trim, then just try and have a little play around with your seams. Might just move your seams around a little bit. And just make sure that you see, look, there's a little gnat's whisker that could just do with coming off there.
Excellent.
Just to make nice.
Kelly Stallard's looking at your quilt and she said, oh, you can't fault that. Hey.
There we go. There we go.
Gorgeous, isn't it, eh?
It's rather lovely. Gemma, I now have a dilemma.
Oh, heck. Here we go.
I don't know.
Bracing myself.
My favourite.
No, this is the conundrum du jour, is it not?
Oh, I like a conundrum du jour. Crikey, how pretentious do we sound? Who doesn't want a conundrum du jour? Love you, Gem. I'm going to add that onto there. And I'm going to go, again, I'm putting it exactly how I want it to be. And then flipping it and pinning. Flip and pin, Gem. Flip and pin.
And pin.
Yep. Do you have in our conundrum du jour?
Yep. Oh, don't ask me. It's like choosing between your two children. They are both gorgeous.
It's whichever one is giving me left jip right now.
Oh, okay. Yes, good point.
That is clearly which is the favourite child. Which one am I not having to have stern words with? That one is my favourite child. I don't think that's what all the parenting books say that you're meant to do, if I'm honest. Did you ever read any parenting books, Gem?
Oh, do you know I did? I read that awful one. What's that woman who says about the contented baby?
Who's never actually had children?
Name? Yes, her. What was her name?
And that children should have rigid naps and everything else.
Yeah, and you had to do it like by the letter, and even if they'd not had their nap or they'd not successfully taken the feed, you had to present them with the bottle, or, you know, as mine was the case, not bottle, bosom, at the specific times and all of that. And I was obsessively trying to follow this routine. Contented little baby book, wasn't it?
Don't know.
Anyway, midwife came out and said, what are you doing? Throw the book in the bin. It's the best advice I got, to be honest.
Do you know what? I had a doula. My lovely, lovely, one of my best friends is a doula. Mm-hmm. And so she said to me very early on, Tash, do not read any of those books at all. You have animals.
Yes.
You will do it instinctively. Yes. I'm still hanging on to that because I think it's fine that my children are quite feral. I'm doing it instinctively, and apparently for me that means just letting them run around a lot. It's fine. Right. Yeah. This end panel now needs this gorgeousness on it.
Of course it does.
Can't see from there, can you? Yes, 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 yes. And so again, putting it in exactly how we want it to be because it's directional. We do not want to mess up the directionality of it. Don't know. I'm going with that. That's quite a good word to have made up otherwise. And again, just lining up the sides on here. You know, and then you know that you're going to be all good, Gemma.
Yes.
What are we? All good. Yeah. Don't worry, everyone. Jane's back next week.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm not even here, so you get a proper rest from me. There you go.
Jane and I are going to be shenanigating all over the place.
I think there are gnomes. I'm really sorry.
They
haven't let me in on all the shows that they've been planning. Nope. But they did let a gnome slip.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like gnomes.
Don't be a fun sponge, Natasha. Everyone loves a gnome, except you.
Just going to sew down here. Leave myself in the corner. It's fine. Fun sponge.
All fine.
Fun sponge. Is that all it takes to just not like gnomes? To be a fun sponge?
You can't be doing this.
What?
Our lovely gnomes are going to be fabulous and everyone's going to love them.
So I'm really sorry if you don't like gnomes, like me. If you're not a...
Can everyone please prove her wrong and support the gnome show on Tuesday? Oh, someone's
support. I know. Again. It's not the same person.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they got the message after 2 red buttonings.
Yes.
No, this was a number I did not know.
Oh.
So they'll sort of be forgiven. Right. Okay. We're nearly there, everyone. So it's been quite a long show today, hasn't it?
It's, yeah, it's been an epic
about
one.
that.
But an epic quilt, so why not?
Well, you know, yeah. Because initially when I looked at it, I went, oh, the sashing will be fine. Then I read the instructions and went, oh, partial seam. And of course, you've got to make the whole quilt before these partial seams come into it.
Well, and also, let's address the partial seam. So you did look and go, oh dear, partial seam. And there may be others going, oh dear, partial seam, I don't think I can make this. What would you say, Natasha?
I'd say AKA flappy bit, don't worry about it.
No.
Because these are now where my partial seams were. I've got bigger flappy bits, and let's not worry about that. What's a flappy bit between friends, right?
Oh.
So now, all a partial seam means is that you sewed a bit of it and left a bit of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm going to write the glossary with the meanings as well.
Yeah.
Sewed a bit, left a bit.
Flappy bit.
Flappy bit, resulting in a flappy bit.
Yeah.
I think that will make sense to everyone.
I don't really understand why Lisa writes these patterns. You could just do that beautifully.
To be fair, she never explained, she never put a glossary of what a partial seam was.
No.
I could add that in for no extra cost.
No.
Lisa's probably be, mind you, Lisa will probably, she's in Australia, so she'll be reaching for another gin, going, good grief, woman.
When did I let this woman loose on my patterns?
Shush.
What was I thinking?
Shush.
Yep, that'll be it. That'll be what she's doing. Mm-hmm. She might have gone to bed by now. She might have just given up.
Given up because it's a long show. Because I've
spun
spun it out for long enough.
Yes.
She'll be like, oh.
I think the actual proper term is being thorough in your demonstration.
Thorough and in depth.
Yes.
I'm going to start just before I left off my partial seam and whip it all the way up there.
Good plan, Stan.
Yeah, right. La 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 la. Gemma.
Yes.
My thoughts now obviously turn to lunch.
Lunch now.
And I realised that I've probably peaked too
You
soon
did have
because
your
I
big
had
bat.
a double sausage, double bacon, double egg bat for breakfast. And I forgot it was Big Bat Wednesday. I think I've erred.
Is this where you're looking for me to validate your decision to go and have a secondary big bap?
No, because you know what I also bought?
Oh,
Saying to myself, I'll go to the gym tonight.
Did you buy some chocolate hobnobs?
No, worse than that.
Oh no.
Probably better, but worse.
Better but worse?
Yeah.
I don't know that that's a thing, but okay. What did you buy?
Well, you know how you keep raving about Jane's homemade millionaire's shortbread?
Oh, it's absolutely amazing.
And I haven't had any at all since she decided to get her own recipe for it.
It's a messy thing.
I'll put it in the fridge.
Just make sure.
Right. Okay. Right, Gemalala. On to the last partial flappy seam. So you see that?
That's the badger.
That's
Gina Ford, says Jess. Grim. It was Gina Ford.
She's got a lot of miserable babies to answer for, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Hasn't even had a blooming child herself.
Nope. Lo needs a coffee and a yum yum. Just, you know.
Just to say.
Meg says morning, Tash.
Morning.
Not morning, mum. Morning, Tash. This is my daughter, everybody.
Well, I am clearly her other mother.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's fine. Morning, Meg. Congratulations, my love. Very proud of you. Now, just don't give your mother heart attacks by staying out until goodness knows when.
Oh, she's not been home, really. She's been off with a boyfriend, hasn't she? Jess says, Libby Purvis books were fab. How not to be a perfect mother.
Oh, no, that sounds more up my street.
Exactly.
In fact, my doula said to me, Tash, you should just write a book on how to be the lazy parent. The Happy Lazy Parent's Guide. Don't know what she meant.
Nice.
Basically, Freddie was just held the whole time.
Yeah.
Attached to a boob.
I was told,
happiest child known.
Don't hold child, you'll spoil them,
What?
blah, blah, blah. You make
What,
a
with
rod
love?
for your own back.
Oh,
Like,
shut
I'll
up.
make a rod for my own back that I've got to cuddle something all the time.
Yeah.
I'm all right with that.
Yeah. How dare you give love and affection to something you produced?
Oh, honestly, we've divided the world with
Julia
gnomes.
Ford.
Gnomes and gonks. Yeah. There's some songs.
Having said that, Romeo and Juliet was quite good.
Yep.
Just putting it out there. I'm just going to sew up my flappy bit and we're done.
Yeah. And Cherie says you made that look easy.
Thanks! I try. Gemma will say I'm very trying.
Yes. Very.
Said with love, Gemma. With love. Remember?
Claire Angelina says you don't need the gym. You've lug fabric bolts around. I mean, and half a ton of hay or whatever for the horses.
Every night?
Yeah, every night. Morning, mum, as well. Haha. Honestly.
That's right, she's got her priorities right.
Yeah. Say hello to Tash first. Oh, thank you. You've missed all the shenanigans this morning.
Oh, come on now.
We've had
When
a
my
right
kids come
old
in,
giggle, haven't we?
who do they say hello to first?
Oh, yeah. Mims comes to me.
Let's be honest. It's not
Mims
me,
does
is it?
Well, Mims comes to me unless Jane's here, in which case Jane's always the favourite. But she
Favourite
is
wife.
rightly so.
Favourite everything.
She should be the favourite, though. She's just lovely. If
All
you cut Jane in
right.
half, it'd say lovely through the middle, wouldn't it? It
Don't want
would.
to think what it would say about me. Oh dear.
Oh,
Here we are.
lovely.
Good job. Well, I mean, just congratulating myself.
Yes. Bravo me.
Well done me. Oh, well done you.
Good for you.
Good for
well
you.
Done you.
But Jem, to be fair, like, you know, it's all right.
Oh, it's not too shabby, Bab. Look at
Not too
that.
shabby, bub.
Oh, do you know you put one of the peacocks upside down?
No, I have not.
No, you have not.
Shut up. Amazing how you can go off people, isn't it? Ah!
Oh, did you have to hold a little sweary McSwear word back then?
No.
Did you nearly tell me to go away
Nope.
in no uncertain terms?
Nope.
Look at this amazing quilt.
I love it.
And this pattern is a simple make.
Yeah.
And it gives the opportunity to showcase your big prints. And if Tash can make it, you can too.
Winning.
She's knocked 2 of these out. 2 of these quilt tops in a very short space of time.
Since, yeah, we came off air yesterday, basically.
Get this pattern, it's one that you need.
Yeah.
And then when you've got your big prints, you'll
Yeah.
be able to pull this.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Done. Done, let me tell you. I can sit down now.
Bless. Mum, you should write the Easy Parent's Guide to Raising a Feminist. Yes, a sweary feminist, I feel. Dear me.
All
She is
good.
a strong, independent young lady, that's all I'm going to say.
She is our Meg. Good girl, never change. We will see you here.
Well, you won't. You're shenanigating off on the hollybobs.
I'm going on holiday.
She is. She
Yeah.
is. So, I feel like, you know.
You're going to be here.
Yes.
Jane's going to be here.
Yes.
So
Monday,
there is a
however-
chance of some...
Monday, however, it's not Jane. It's me with that there John Conwell.
Oh my goodness.
I know what could possibly go wrong with me and John shenanigating all over the place. So John and I will be around on Monday. Tuesday it's me and Jane with the fabulous Gnomeo show. Gnomes are all around. Go big or go gnome, everyone. That's what we're doing on Tuesday. Trust me, it's going to be ace. And then Wednesday, Jane has, and you'll have seen it on social media,
the
most stunning quilt for you.
Apart from this one.
And it's got, you know, actual proper technical terms in it. I know. I know. Where is the fun in that? But that's next week.
That is next
I'm
week.
telling you, because this one is going to be off sunning herself.
Yeah.
We're letting her go away.
Yeah.
please come and support us so she can see that she can do these things. She can have holidays and the whole world doesn't end.
I didn't even... I have had to be dragged.
Yes,
on holidays.
Yes, she has.
Yeah.
She always worries that, things will grind to a halt. And
someone else had to book it and just say, you're going on this. Right. Righto.
I've just had a message from SJ. Oh, Gemma, you're on a roll with the gnome jokes.
SJ, please don't encourage her.
Hey, SJ's on board with the gnomes. I don't know which days SJ's going to be in. She'll be all about the gnomes.
Will she?
Hey, she will.
Can only apologise.
She will.
Grab your subscriptions tomorrow when you get your half metre heavens. Oh, and a message from SJ actually.
Yes.
Guys, read your Friday newsletters. They're always deals we don't show on the shows. You see, if I hadn't have showed you the Quilt, you'd have missed out on that because that went in a newsletter.
Yeah.
It was at the bottom and you didn't read to the bottom.
Oh, very quickly, because this is actually a very important quilting related question.
Right.
Pat Adams says, can I ask how you will quilt this?
Yeah, I will give it to a long arm quilter and they will quilt it.
Do you know what
do you know what actually what I would do is
I'd go in the ditch.
I would echo.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can, but I would. And if you wanted to do, like if you've got something like on the bigger ones, if you wanted to just echo stitch around the peacock, then do that, just because it's a larger piece.
Yes.
But I would be tempted, and actually this is one that I can quilt myself, so I'm just being a lazy.
No,
so
what you're doing is you're trying to support our long arm quilters.
Oh yeah, Amanda does a cracking job. She long arms
with
most of
work.
my stuff because I don't have time. Can't bothered. Actually, I don't know why I even say that under my breath, because it's just not the bit I like.
No, you like.
And
the
I can't give
making of
everything
the
to
top.
Jane to do.
No.
So lovely Amanda, who does love this kind of stuff, does it for me. But when if I were to do this, and this is one that I would do myself, to be fair, then I would come around in the middle of these. Just echo stitch around. The thing is, if you go in the ditch, you've got to stitch right in the ditch and be accurate. Yeah. So it's just easier to come a little way in, and then that's fine. And like I say, I would possibly go around these little chaps. There is now, I realise, enough fabric in your kit that actually you can fussy cut and have these all down the middle.
Oh,
which retrospectively, now I'm looking at it going, I wish I'd done that.
Oh, no, I quite like them being a little bit,
Zhuzhy, give us a bit of movement.
I like a zhuzh.
So yeah, that is what I would do. And then if you just want to echo like some of these patterns, then that's just going to give you a little bit of extra interest in there on the larger panels. But certainly with the smaller ones, I would just go around on the inside. There you go. All right, that's that.
Oh, Pat says thank you.
My absolute pleasure, guys. I won't see you, but Gemma will next week. So thank you ever so much. Read your newsletters. We're going to add some more bolt ends on.
We are. There may be some more sparkly stuff heading your way. Another thing to bear in mind as well, because I know we spoke yesterday about them, but we didn't show you, is those lovely sparkly shoes on the shelf behind Tash.
With these ones.
That is the fastest way to upcycle something that's perhaps got a little bit tired.
Yes. Do you want to see these?
I've tagged those into today's collection. I'm just going to throw them further up the page so that they can be found more easily. But these are, those shoes, you thought they were looking a little bit...
Oh, I've had them for over 20 years.
Weren't they?
They owe me nothing.
And
they owe me nothing.
These, pop them on. Those were the heat seal ones, weren't they? The iron-on ones.
Yeah. They were going at $9.99 a thing, but they are in a couple of... They're in the lace kit. And the whole lace kit is the price of one of those.
Yeah.
So we've managed to get them and put them on a bargain. So if you did want those, I've just missed a stitch. Then do grab. Right, guys, I'm just going to restitch this a little bit because I've just, in my haste, sewn it a little bit quick. Thank you ever so much for joining us today. I'm going to sash this now and then have a cup of tea.
Oh, everyone's saying have a lovely holiday, Natasha.
Thank
and
you.
All will be fine. Of course it will.
What? No.
Behave.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Lots of love. Bye.